The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman on this Wednesday, the 4th of September. Interesting. Whew. Quite a day yesterday. Let me explain what we're looking at. We're looking at the Dow made a peak C. I could give it an alternate count, but I don't need to. Everything here is still actually pretty positive. It's up 51 right now at 40,987, over 700 points. It's intraday yesterday, closed down 600. I'm looking at this as a peak C with the chance. Now it can't be done in a couple of days. It might take a little bit of time to just retest at 41,585 level, or at least get very close to make a peak C1, maybe peak C2, but that'll be negated if there's a close under 40,500 at any point this week. This week's a little bit shorter. It's already Wednesday, but we'll see what happens. Meantime, back at the ranch, you've got the S&P, SPX. I'm going to do this live in a moment with the E-mini futures. I had some questions about it. Now, this could be a peak C1, C2 under the previous high, and as one of my subscribers reminded me, in the Chapman wave, the rule is that once you've got a buy signal that goes to a buy mode and it goes over a previous high, that's a legitimate count. If it's under the previous high and it gets to a peak D, peak D under that previous high, then you've got to be very careful, because within the context of, let me just put this in if you don't mind. Okay, got it. Within the context of that previous high being much higher, it shouldn't fail. It should go right through it. So I got to watch this, and I'll talk about it now. I just need to do something. I'll be right back here. There we go. Okay. So within the context of what we're looking at here, this could be, and I'm going to actually type it in right now to say that the S&P could be making peak C1, and then right next to it, peak C2, uppercase on the way up. And that acts like a D, but very often, I should mention, not only does it go further up, it comes back and goes right to a D. So I'm seeing what happens here. This is the Dow, the S&P right now, 5 at 55.34. That I'll talk about in a moment. Let me just finish up the update. So the QQQ, and that 9-period moving average is still very strong in the S&P daily chart. QQQ right now is trading down $1.19 at 460.67. And that 9-period move, well, the day's young, but so far on the day, you've got an S, and that means that the 9-period moving average for the first time has crossed negative. The day is young. I'd like to see it get back to L, which will be the long side. This is just an indicator I'm talking about. IWM, a little different. It's pulled back, but the 9-period moving average is still quite a bit above the 14. I'll do these in the blank chart that I have that just has those moving averages, but I don't want to do it right now. It's down 6 cents at 230.27. What I would like to see, and what the market does might be two different things, but what I would like to see is that the weakness in price, but the strength in the 914 allows for a spring-loaded move to the upside, so that at least sometime in the next 3-4 sessions, we can see the 216, 217 level again in the IWM. That'll be very, very positive. Now let's go to the SMHs. SMHs have been very weak. Come back a little bit from the low of the day, up 54 cents at 225. That 9-period moving average went red yesterday, or pink yesterday, because it had a very poor session. This is making almost like a dreaded H pattern. Where the semis go, the general market tends to go, but let's just see if that happens. It doesn't have to be immediately, but it's a warning anyway. Gold. Gold right now is trading up $1.03 at 2524. Look, that 9-period moving average, the price comes down sharply. Actually had a Chapman wave Roman candle, and it went under it today, but now it's done its job, and it's trying to get back to positive So it's holding quite nicely. I'm still expecting a leg D in the weekly chart. Silver. Silver right now is trading up just a little bit, up 21 cents. And what we're looking at is at 28.56, the 9-period moving average on the day. It's a daily chart. I have to wait for the close, but right now it flipped to S, meaning the 9 went weak under the 14. Let's go to the high-grade copper. High-grade copper is trading very weakly. It's down 0.002 at 4.08. Oh, this is not so great. Now let's go to the crude oil. Crude oil has slipped sharply. It's down 70 cents today at 69.54. This is going to be something to monitor because it's gone below the left side low that was made back, and I think it was in May in the 71 area, hit that inside track repellent zone, came all the way back in an arch formation. Oh, not very good. I'm going to go to the TLT. TLT is trading very nicely to the upside, up 53 cents at 98.28. This is saying to me that yields want to come down. We'll wait for, I think today the Fed might be making some kind of a move. Days young. We'll see what happens. Let's go on to, so then I had a question. Oh, I wanted to show this right here. So the E-mini, let me just do this right now. So the E-mini had, on the 10-minute chart, it went to peak A. This is from about 3:30 this morning when I updated the notation. Excuse me. That was at 3:10 a.m. 5506.75, and then it went peak A, peak B, peak C, peak D. And then it pulled back and made what I was looking at as a potential cup formation. They went to peak A, peak B, and there could be an alternate count C/E, but I would rather call it a peak C for now. So the question was, is that an instant restart? Remember, an instant restart can only occur when you have a peak D made, and within 3 bars, there's a higher high. And this one made the peak D over here. Now, in some charting platforms, I've noticed that the sequence of time starts at a slightly different moment. Therefore, you can get your D at a different period. And that's, I don't know how you deal with that, but it seems to me that everyone's managed to make it work in the Chapman wave methodology. So I can just say that this is actually leg C/E at this particular point in the 10-minute. And the chart itself suggests that if we can get to 55.53, then there's a really good chance we go straight to the 55.57 200-period exponential moving average. So that's the that's that one, and it's made a peak, a leg F. I'm calling it for now. Oh, yes, it's an F. See, if this sharp move after the 10 o'clock, whatever that announcement was, economic announcement, whatever that was very disappointing for that very moment, and it cascaded to the 55.21 level. It didn't take out the starting point, which is right here, 55.16. So this means that this could be an F right now rather than a brand new F. So I just wanted to clarify the notation of the Chapman wave as I have it. Days young. We'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. And the Dow is up 101. Very nice.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
All right, so I had to get corrected. I'm trying to do 3 things at once. That was correct, Dan. You, of course, I should have known that you know your Chapman very well. It was 4 bars. It was an instant restart in the natural gas 10-minute chart, and then it ran to a peak E, and it's come down. It's in a sell signal, maybe even a sell mode, maybe even an Eiffel Tower. I don't know. But in the meantime, you're correct. Yeah. So in the meantime, let's get back to the story. So I want to do a couple of things here. It's a little different to what I normally do. What I want you to show you is, let's just do this here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, I'm in the wrong chart. Okay. I wanted to get to this particular pattern right here. In the TLT, there's a rectangle. Usually I do this on the days that I call, there we go, Technical Friday, where I can go into the chart a little bit more in detail. But you see this pattern with the TLT, iShares Treasury 20-year Treasury Bond ETF. You see the way it rallied? It came down sharply after a peak D from that 99.94 high. And then it ran up quite nicely to a peak A and then a peak B underneath, in the 99s, but underneath that previous high. Now, what's really important, it's pullback, but look at that 9-period moving average. It did not cross negative on that sharp pullback 3 sessions ago. And look what's happened. It's like a springboard, and the price, bing, ran up like that. That doesn't say there's a guarantee that it's going to go back to 99.94. What it does say is it's walking the 9-period moving average, and that's really important. The MACD is weak. The relative strength is quite good. On-balance volume is quite good. Stochastic is quite weak. So it's a work in progress. And it says you can even go sideways here. But the other pattern that it usually vies with is this arch formation like this. Arch formation right there. So far, it's moving more to the upside. So the bias is that it's trying to get to the 99.90s. That's really the issue. And that is that the TBT coming down is vying for the mirror image to match that. and we'll try for the 28.87. Well, the Fed's coming out with some kind of announcement today. Could be a quarter point. Market could be disappointed. Who knows? Now, I need to go through a couple of things just to clarify. This isn't a way out when I talk about it. It is trying to explain, I do this all the time, that there are moments that I talk about this peak C1, peak C2, which could act like a top. In fact, we had this in the S&P. This is an absolutely legitimate Chapman wave methodology, that it fractionally went from 56.51.62 on the 26th of August, pull back under the 9-period moving average, but closed above it. And then on Friday, it went to 56.51.37. So what is that? 15 cents or something? Yep, 15 cents off the high. Not the all-time high, because that was 56.69.67. So this is really important because I spoke about this Groucho Marx eyebrows, etc., which is almost the same thing. If you're looking at a weekly chart, 56.69.67 all-time high, plunges down to the 5100 area, comes all the way back, and then stalls at 56.51.62. That's almost like a little double top right there. So this is the microcosm and the daily of the macro. So I'm just watching this and saying, I've got other techniques that I talk about. That's the inside track repellent zone in the monthly chart. Look at this, the third month has tried to break above that green line, hasn't done it. Work in progress. And I think we have to give it all of September and probably October to say what's going to happen. Can at some point the S&P go to the 5700s? Let's go one step at a time. So with that said, that's something I just wanted to clarify. As I say, I usually do that. Now, let me just go to this. Okay, did go plus now, positive. That's a nice sign. I'm just trying to follow up on all this because we've got a lot of people that are looking at, what did I just do? I guess you can't. Some people can do two things at once. I'm not doing that very well. All right, so let's get back to the different sectors. So I spoke about this yesterday, and I said AT&T has done very nicely. And it's an interesting thing because you think cutting the cord and all that stuff would impact AT&T Telecom. No, it's at a new recovery high. Hasn't gone to the high back of 2022, but it's gone to that of 2023. It's gone above that. It's leg E in the weekly chart, leg E in the daily chart. This could even be a brand new A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, this could be a brand new 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, it's an instant restart, but it could be just an alternate count. So as I see it, this tells us that we've got this rotation going on. And remember, when I was interviewed with Tom yesterday, I said the healthcare stocks like United Health Group, all-time highs, and it's not stopping, and I think it'll go higher. That's what I said yesterday. Well, today it's gone to 600 round number open. It's at 606.70 all-time high. I've got this as a leg E. That's very good. Spoke about another stock that we have for subscribers to opening call, also in the healthcare, SOLV, made a round number high yesterday at 65, pulls back today, breaks it. That's really important. Gone to 65.53. We along from lower down. And a lot of people don't touch IPOs, but the reason why I like this very much is that Solventum Core, healthcare spin-off, SOLV is the symbol from Triple M. Now, I don't like to talk a lot about stocks that we actually own in the sense that, but I was asked if I could follow up on this. So I'm following up, and yes, it's gone to an E. Now, this is where the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because I have no choice here but to say there's a chance, there's just a chance, and I always have to do this saying, if there's a chance, to put it in and let the market tell you that becomes an instant restart. Now, when I look at the weekly chart, when I look at the daily, when I look at the monthly, I'm saying to have another 4 peaks straight up from here, that would be really unusual. So I wanted to bring it up because it was the instant restart was brought up, even though I misinterpreted it. I thought the instant restart was referring to the E-mini S&P. Instead, it was the natural gas in the 10-minute chart. But this is what I'm looking for, and I wanted to do something live. And as I saw it come up, I thought this is perfect. So what we're looking at is, so the rule in the Chapman wave methodology is that if half the peak D there is within 3 bars, there's a higher high, immediately, you don't have to type it in, but just immediately think E/A. If the pullback after that takes you out below, say, the low of D or the low of trough D sharply, then you can have a Chapman instant, unconventional instant restart. I'll talk about that when we return.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, folks. So I just wanted to emphasize. So if you get to a leg D and then a peak D, within 3 bars, there's a new high above that peak D, in this case 65 round number high. I immediately circle it. It could turn down, it could do all sorts of things, but I do it because it is part of the technique. Now, the other thing I do, excuse me, is when there's a 200-period moving average like that, it says, you got to move sharply away from that. Otherwise, you're going to stall right at this level. And you haven't been there. I'm talking out loud to the SOLV. You haven't been there since you broke down from your all-time high, the IPO, when you came out and ran to 96.05. You broke down on the 28th of March at the 78 level. So this is very important. So it's the first time you're there. When the first time you get there, usually takes a little bit of time to resolve that. Okay, I just wanted to explain that particular technique, and I use that as an example. Next thing I want to do is to go to within the parameters that we're always looking at. The VIX index, for me, was a clue yesterday to say that we could at least bounce today, unless we had like a minus 300 Dow and the S&P was down 52 points to follow up on yesterday's horrible action. It seemed to me that that move in the volatility index from a low yesterday of 15.71 to a screaming high today of 23.31. I don't want to call it a one-off saying, it was an aberration, but it has that characteristic that says, just like this one here on the 5th of August, when we ran to 65.75 because of the overnight Japanese carry trade, everything that was going on, it said to me that there's a really good chance that was, in fact, a serious low. Whether it was the low or a low, it was just a serious low in the market, serious high in the volatility index. We might be seeing that here because the VIX has gone from 23.20 to 20.51 right now. If by the end of the day the VIX is under 19.20, it says, yep, we could have a decent rally. A decent rally is not a spectacular rally. It's just a rally from a very oversold level. Just wanted to clarify that. All right, another thing I want you to do right here is I want to just run these. Look, Apple. Apple's come back from a peak. See, that really looks like a D, the way it's pulled back. But it didn't go to you see, this is what I was talking about before. 237.23 was the high of the 15th of July. It went to 230, around about 232. That was quite a bit underneath. And that just says Apple and some of the tech sector, I'm putting Microsoft in that category, MSFT, are in this big digestive phase. I don't think they're leading the pack to the upside. I don't think the SMHs can lead right now. It's going to be other areas. And you saw telecommunications, healthcare, UNH is helping the Dow. And I just wanted to clarify that when certain areas of weakness unfold, I always think, if Al can just show this with my hands, it's like the scales of justice, always trying to find an equilibrium. So when one area is weak, you want to see another area take up the slack. That's really important. And that's what I think we might be seeing right now. I say might because we do not know for sure. Amazon, excuse me, Amazon is right in the Chapman Wave inside track repellent zone. Look right here. You see, look how many times it's been in this area. Make this green. Make this pink. New. Make it pink. Put it in there. And what do you see? You see that since the high of 201.20, back on the 8th of July of this year, the big sharp pullbacks have been met with rallies that have failed and created an inside track repellent zone. However, and this is important, for the first time in a very short period since hitting that green line high, Amazon has gone 1 bar, 2 bars, the third bar is still in the inside track, that says watch Amazon, because there's a chance that if it shows strength today and it actually closes even 1 penny higher above where it is now, 175.52.73. If it goes, what do I mean? Oh, 1 penny to the plus side. That'll be very important, because it says there's a cluster formation pushing up against the inside track repellent zone. And the MACD is good, stochastic's weak, on balance is weak, relative strength is not bad, and the 9-period moving average today went pink for 2 days. It was green, went pink for 2 days, and today, the day is young, it's L, meaning it is trying to turn positive. All right. Next thing is, could I look at the FXI? FXI is this is it. This is the China iShares China Large Cap ETF. Yeah, it made a peak C. And now let me just explain this. This is a great example of what I can do. Look, peak C, 1. 1. Wait a minute. This just missed. And that could become peak C2. Whoa, this one just missed. This could become peak C3. And it says that it's made a triple top, a legitimate, almost like a D. It's pulled back. Does it have the strength to break into the 2880s, 2680s, or is it going to fail? And that's how I like to look at this. So this acts like a peak D. That's a technique that cost me a lot of money to find out, but that's a technique I developed whereby I used to think, oh, peak C, I'm waiting for a D, and it just never came, and it just failed to get to that extra penny above that peak C right there, and then it would tumble. And I learned, that acts as a double top, or a triple top in this case. Now, the more triple and quadruple tops that you make, the greater the chance that you will get to the D. And that just says, if you look at the weekly chart, the 9's over the 14. If you look at the daily, the 9 is still over the 14. Look at the weekly, lousy chart. So the FXI says at 26.09 right now, up 9 cents. There is a good chance that over a period of a couple of weeks, if the 200-period moving average of 25.83 holds on any pullback and becomes a springboard, it could go to that missing leg. All right, so I'll be back in a moment. Basil, Chapman, Tiger, I've got a question. Oh, I've got a couple of questions. Sorry, there's Tesla. Yep, Tesla's right. Tesla broke TSLA. And there it is. Oh, it broke the Chapman inside track balance zone. It's now pro balance zone for the moment. And the 9-period flipped it out. So Tesla's acting well, up 9.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust. The stock market is a delicate interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi folks, yeah, so the question was about Amazon, Tesla 270 round number high back in July, comes tumbling down to the 180s, balances, fails at a peak C, it doesn't fail, it slides quite sharply in time and price from the peak C to the 200 period moving average, having a very good session today. And this is the second day that has popped out. And I remember I said, I'm not going to do this right now. You can see it quite clearly, but I'll do this for those of you who are not used to my notations. Right, so there's your inside track repellent zone. This is the first time it's popped over it, and that's really important. And so far I like it. And I said that although this peak C decline in the weekly chart is all that peak D in the daily 270 high round number, all the way down to 180. I mean, that's 90 points. I mean, that's a huge move. In the weekly chart, that's really not a good sign at all. But look at that 9-period moving average in Tesla is held so beautifully. So as I see it right now, the weekly chart still has inner strength because that 9's over the 14. The price is nicely above the 199 200-period exponential moving average that was resistance, then it became support. I'm not looking at the weekly chart. The weekly chart doesn't look good at all. But this daily chart is good. So another question came in about the notation, the Chapman wave here. So I didn't do this, but I did notate it. And what I wanted to show you was that huge slide, like a Chapman wave Roman candle at 10:10, I think it was. Yeah, going up to 10, it was a 5-minute chart, 10:05. That is an instant restart. It's a huge one. Every once in a while we get one of these, and I circle it, and I have to use up almost the whole page. But I couldn't take the time because I was busy trading, doing other things. So there's a chance that this becomes a peak, pulls back sharply. This becomes a brand new A. This is a 5-minute chart. Pulls back. Look, that 9-period moving average was so strong. It didn't even blink an eye when the price pulled back so sharply. That is power. And that takes you to this move right now, which is at leg G, because I'm continuing with that 9-period moving average saying, hey, this is one continuous move, or that instant restart, because it's within 3 bars, it's actually within 2 bars, it made a new high above E, and the D was, oh, I circled the wrong one, sorry. That was an E. So there is not, whoops, sorry. Oh, a whole bunch of talk about nothing. I should have put it over there. And then it got taken out. Now what I have to put in is that there's a really good chance. I could be wrong. I'm going to do this because this is the way I do things. I make that a top. And the whole thing about my methodology is don't be afraid to go back and correct something. It's not. I remember years ago when I was a professional clarinetist, and I'd go for an audition. This was right in the beginning. I remember I went to the Montreal Symphony to audition. You have to be invited. You have to be good enough to be invited. I was invited there. I was invited to Florida, different places. And I remember the person who got the job, the principal clarinet, I think he was from Oklahoma or something like that. Wow, this is a long time ago. And I remember saying, geez, how did he get it? I thought I played quite well. And it's because he was in an orchestra. He had played the pieces that you audition on. He knew them. And it's the same thing here. You know these patterns. So if a pattern unfolds and it does something a little different, then you can't be afraid to renotate something correctly. Because that's just, look, this could be an instant restart right here in the 1-minute chart. Because look, 1, 2, third bar made a new high. So I have to circle it to say, hey, keep that in mind. But this is a peak E, this is a peak F, and we saw that in the natural gas contract. At F, there was a sharp pullback. And in the den, we had someone saying, I'm getting kind of looking to the short side here, and I have to, it's just that I see the 2-minute chart, a quite bearish pattern, might be wrong, who knows. And I was saying, stick to your methodology. You could be right. In fact, you could be right, and I could be right. Because look how low the starting point is here at 55.20. We could pull back sharply here and then go higher. And you could get your short, and it could go because you're using a 2-minute chart, right? So I have a 2-minute chart in the background. But I'm just saying, stick with your methodology. You'll find that that's the one that serves you best. Now, the other thing is, excuse me, when you're learning someone else's technique, you say, hey, I like that particular, I like that. I'm gonna try to use it. What I suggest you do is practice it, but then it must become yours. It must become yours in such a way that all your technique plus the new adapted technique becomes the adopted technique. And then I turn around and say, wow, you're using that well. And then I learn from you. That's the way it has to be. You have to own it. The technique that you use, you have to own. And then when you use someone else's, don't just blindly, do that. I remember when I used to teach clarinet, someone was playing, say, a Brahms clarinet sonata, and they'd play it, and then they'd play it, and then they'd stop, and then they'd look at me as if I'm supposed to say something. And then I would give them the same basset hound look. I say, and then they'd look at me, and I'd say, what? And they'd say, well, what do you think? And I'm saying, wait a minute, you are performing for me. You are telling me a story. You tell me, how did you succeed? You don't want me to tell you what I'm thinking. It's what you're thinking. And it's the same thing here. So look, yeah, you've got quite a bit of a pullback from 55, 56 in the E-mini down to 55, 45. I mean, that's 10 points. So you could have made something. And now, look, the 9-period moving average is still holding very well. There's a chance that it's going to try to get back. We'll see. All right. So that's that. The next thing I had a question about, let me just check over here. FXI is to start moving up and out, and our market down. Oh, Jeff. Oh, okay. And Microsoft is a short. Yeah, we're not doing any shorting with Microsoft. We've got it. We're holding it. We've had really good trades on the long side. We've had one very small loss in all this time. I just happy keeping it as a core position. I'll be right back for the final statement. Dow is up 156, S&P's at 10. Yeah, there's a nice bounce going on. I'll be right back.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. 1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry August 9th and 23rd for more live trading action. For this month only, use code LarryAug24 at checkout to save $50 off your first month as a subscriber to Live Trading Fridays for his live trading sessions, where you'll sit right beside him as he trades the market live. For this month only, enter code LarryAug24 and save $50 off your first month. For all the information and to reserve your spot today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi, folks. So the day is young. We're just an hour and a half into the trading session after a really poor session yesterday. What is required today? Let's use the E-mini as an example to be able to say, phew, now we can have at least a little bit more of a bounce and then see what's going on rather than say, oh, my God, another 300-400 point down day. You want to see the E-mini 10-minute chart. There's the S&P clear this 55, 57, 200-period moving average, which is going to be a magnet, and then it's going to be a stalling phase, I think. You want to see in the 1:30 time frame during Larry's show, you want to see the 55.73 level start to be activated. Once it does that, a whole new bunch of buys. You've got 3 or 4 different buying sessions today. They're 10:20 to 11 to about 11 right now. To 11 o'clock is really kind of important. And then you maybe get a little stalling session, and then you want a new bunch of buyers coming in. That's going to be important. So with that said, I'm just going to do this down. The Den once just mentioned it. This is a stock. VFC is the symbol. VFC group. There's a apparel sector. Yep, made a double top. But look at that 9-period moving average. It's still holding real strong. So I do the vertical test. Look, the MACD was strong over there, that 1886 high that was back early August. And then it pulled back. It's walking the 9-period moving average. And the stochastic's still at 85%. So I don't think it's going down far. Yeah, it could pull back, but it's still holding well in its leg D in the weekly chart. So with that said, I'm going to say check out my opening call. We did go long. We added back to our long. We added to the 3 times long Dow position this morning before the open. We'll see if that's going to work out. Just kind of positive, like it very much. And within that context, I'm going to say have a wonderful rest of the day. Check out my opening call, daily newsletter. Oh, there we are, making new recovery high in the day. Testing that 200-period moving average in the E-mini. Have a great day. Have a great session. Stay tuned for Steve Rhodes and all the great programming coming up. Basil Chapman signing off.